Now on Nightside, Nashville police just released surveillance video showing the moment the gunman arrived at the school where 3 kids and 3 staff members were killed.
Sunnier and warmer weather for Tuesday, but it is also going to be breezy. Plus, we're tracking the snow's return in the first alert forecast.
Around 24 local organizations called for Spokane Police Chief Craig Meidel to resign at tonight's City Council meeting. What they had to say. You're watching 4 News Now Nightside.
Well, Nashville police have released over 2 minutes of video showing the moment school shooting suspect Audrey Hale arrived at the Covenant School, shooting 3 children and 3 staff members. Thank you for staying up with us. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Aaron Luna. We do want to warn you, the video is disturbing. This is how the shooter got into the school. Police confirm what you're seeing is a side entrance. The video clearly shows Hale shooting through, shattering the glass doors. Then if you watch closely at the top of your screen, crouching through the openings to get inside. Police say Hale had a map of the building. They call this a targeted attack. Alex Perez reports.
Tonight, investigators in Nashville asking what led a 28-year-old armed with assault-style rifles to break into this Christian school and open fire, killing 3 innocent children and 3 adult staff members.
They got a legit active shooter at a school.
At 10:13 a.m., the first call coming in, law enforcement racing to Covenant School. 5 officers enter and hear gunshots coming from the 2nd floor.
They immediately went to the gunfire. They saw a shooter, a female, who was firing.
There's multiple victims down inside the school. Shooter is down now as well.
10:27 a.m., 14 minutes after that first call, 2 officers confront and kill the shooter.
Even in a remarkably fast response, there was not enough time. And those guns stole precious lives from us today in Nashville.
Late today, police identifying those killed: Evelyn Dickhouse, Haley Scruggs, William Kinney, all 9 years old. Catherine Coons, 60, the head of the school, according to its website, and Cynthia Peak, a substitute teacher, and Mike Hill, a custodian, both 61.
I was literally moved to tears to see this and the kids as they were being ushered out of the building.
The devastating images, small children moving single file, holding hands, terrified faces seen through school bus windows. Parents anxiously looking for their kids, running through parking lots, gathering at a nearby church and supporting each other in prayer.
We just need to embrace those that are grieving, because we grieve with them at times like this.
Police identifying the shooter as 28-year-old Audrey Hale from Nashville, who at one point may have been a student at the school. Authorities say the shooter identified as transgender. Investigators finding a vehicle nearby, helping them identify the shooter. Officers searching Hale's home, finding maps of the school property and writings the shooter left behind.
This tells you about someone whose total identity was wrapped into committing this mass shooting.
According to police, all doors of the school were locked. Armed with 2 assault-style rifles and a handgun and multiple rounds of ammunition, Hale, police say, gained entry by shooting through one of the doors, moving from the 1st to 2nd floor, firing multiple rounds before being fatally shot by officers in the lobby area on the 2nd floor. And tonight, President Biden addressing the nation after yet another school shooting, calling it sick.
It's ripping our communities apart, ripping the soul of this nation, ripping at the very soul of the nation. And we have to do more to protect our schools.
Police have interviewed the suspect's father. They're still working to pinpoint a motive. Breaking news out of Idaho now. This afternoon, a man died in a motorcycle crash in Hayden. The motorcyclist was identified as 36-year-old Wesley Coffey of Post Falls. The sheriff's office said he died at the scene. The cause of the crash is still under investigation. Well, it does look like warmer temperatures will stick around with us through most of the week.
Should be nice. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker is here with your first alert forecast.
We'll be between 5 and 10 degrees warmer than what we were today. We were in the 40s in Spokane, Coeur d'Alene. In fact, much of the region in the 40s. These temperatures, again, running below average. Highs tomorrow, however, look at all the 50s, even 60 degrees in Lewiston, 54 in Spokane, and 53 tomorrow in Coeur d'Alene. We'll have have some sunshine for most of the day. Here's a look at our forecast radar. Some clouds trying to stream up from the south. That is in connection with a system that's also going to help pick up our winds. We're going to have an easterly wind over the region with gusts up to 20 miles per hour in the afternoon. If you are a seasonal allergy sufferer, that is going to be very noticeable to you, especially in the afternoon when we have winds in the 14-mile-per-hour range with gusts to 25 miles per hour. Tree pollen will be in the moderate to high range. Juniper, poplar among the most prevalent forms of pollen for Tuesday. Meanwhile, expect again high temperatures in the 50s, a mix of sun and clouds, but we'll see more sun than clouds. We may see some of those high clouds from the south filtering our late day sunshine. I'll let you know how long this spring-like weather is going to last and tell you about some cooler and wetter conditions in the 7-day forecast in just a few minutes. Aaron.
Thank you, Chris. More than 24 local organizations called for Spokane Police Chief Craig Meidel to resign at a city council meeting tonight.
Spokane Community Against Racism, Jules Helping Hands, and others signed a letter accusing Chief Meidel of giving a group of business and commercial property owners preferential treatment. The groups presented that letter tonight, and they pointed to an ombudsman report published December 12th and a newspaper article accusing the chief of unethically giving members of the Spokane Business and Commercial Property Owners Council direction and resources to advance their agendas and giving the group more power than an average person living in Spokane. That included getting faster police response times for calls, getting case information ahead of when reports are made public, and other forms of favoritism.
Chief Meidel released a statement tonight saying the preferential treatment accusation is unfounded and that he will continue to serve the city as chief.
Well, new on Nightside, over 20 Washington residents have been arrested in a drug bust tied to a prison gang known as the Aryan Family.
Authorities collected large amounts of guns, drugs, and money. Lionel Donovan reports.
Local, state, and federal officials gathered in Tacoma this morning to announce a major victory.
I'm extremely proud to say thank you to our state, federal partners. We needed this, and we appreciate our partnership with you. Thank you.
Agents seized massive amounts of drugs, guns, and money last Wednesday in a multi-state takedown operation in Washington and Arizona.
Indicted 27 defendants.
U.S. Attorney Nick Brown says the operation was the result of months of investigation into a drug ring with connections to the Aryan Family, a white supremacy group active in Washington state prisons. Brown called the operation significant.
Approximately 1.9 million doses of fentanyl and more than 230 pounds of methamphetamine.
Acting DEA Special Agent Jacob Galvin says that's enough fentanyl to kill everyone in Seattle and Tacoma and poison an additional 500,000 people. U.S. Attorney Brown said he's not only concerned with the drugs coming from Mexico, but the guns that are going to Mexico. Brown says 225 firearms were seized throughout the course of this investigation. Robert Hammer of Homeland Security says many of those weapons could have made their way to Mexico to land in the hands of cartels. Brown says that's unacceptable.
To see all these weapons, as Special Agent Hammer said, go down to Mexico, where the cartels are engaged in daily violence and people are dying on a daily basis, and knowing that those weapons are principally coming from the United States of America is a significant problem that we have to address.
New on Nightside. When a call comes in and 4 women roll out, this is an all-female firefighter crew. The first time in this station's 165-year history. Pamela Saunders Isaac, Nicole McKinney, Jessica Jackson, and Elizabeth McCormick work at Engine House 26, one of the busiest fire hubs in St. Louis.
Don't get very many women that do put in applications because they seem to think that this is a job that they could not do. So with that being said, them actually seeing us today proves that you too can do this job.
I didn't have that growing up. I didn't see women firefighters. I didn't say, ooh, look at her, I could do that. So hopefully someone saw us today or will see us and think, oh, I can do that.
Right now, only 12 St. Louis firefighters are women. The department is working to grow that number. As the push to get more women on board continues, so does the hope that one day they can be promoted to fire captain.
A rededication is planned for tomorrow at the Spokane Vet Center near Mirabou Park in Spokane Valley. In February, we showed you this video of someone vandalizing the center and stealing commemorative dog tags from the Welcome Home Memorial. Along with the dog tags, the thieves also took propane tanks and broke into the Vet Center's Hero Garden. The garden and memorial were a KXLY Extreme Team project. Tomorrow at noon, there will be a POW MIA presentation, followed by taps and the rededication of Welcome Home Memorial.
Coming up on Nightside, how to get the most out of soaring interest rates and protect yourself from higher costs.
A third of adults with chronic pain resorted to cannabis for pain control. Did it help? We'll tell you next on Nightside.
Watch us tonight, and then Monday will be over.
I've slayed many foes with this sword, Chris. Now may its dwarven steel protect you.
Track live radar on the 4 News Now weather app.
4 News Now is brought to you by P1FCU.
Tonight, Chris Pine, Dave Bird, and Guillermo gets all the stars of Succession. Mucho Borracho.
How do you say it? Succession?
Think of suck.
Yeah. Suck?
And think of a session of sucking.
All right.
Jimmy Kimmel Live, new tonight on ABC.
Transitions works to end poverty and homelessness for women and children in Spokane.
Transitions moves lives forward by providing real change through programs like housing, job training, and safe spaces of welcome, respect, and community.
New America Credit Union is honored to partner with organizations like Transitions as they work to enhance lives, fulfill dreams, and build communities.
Check out more organizations that make our community stronger at numericacu.com.
Spokane and North Idaho's country leader.
It goes like one margarita. Bluebird in my heart. Baby, you're playing hard to forget.
The big 99.9 Coyote Country.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. But firefighters entering a burning house will one day save time when lives are on the line. Visualizing a patient's most recent scan will help speed up decision-making in the ER. And while the woolly mammoth is still extinct, that doesn't mean students can't take field trips to visit them. The metaverse may be virtual, but the impact will be real.
Maybe spring weather isn't so unpredictable. Weatherproof your plans with the 4 News Now First Alert Weather Team. On air, online, and on the app. That's what we mean when we say, expect more.
4 News Now is brought to you by Summit Cancer Centers.
Every year about this time, I get email wondering if it's windier than usual. This is just a very windy time of year. In fact, March is our second windiest month, right behind April. So we are heading into April here pretty soon. We would expect those winds to pick up. Here's a look at our satellite and radar, and it is this system right here that's not going to have much of an impact on our weather. We are just on the very far northern edge of it, but as it makes its way down the coast, it's going to produce those easterly winds over the region tomorrow. It'll be breezy, and then boy, the precipitation primarily staying south of the Oregon-Washington border. There is a chance that some of that wet weather could come up into the Cascades and possibly along the east slopes while we stay dry over the rest of the inland northwest. However, some of those high clouds might filter our late day sunshine tomorrow. Otherwise, the system's headed down into California for another round of wet weather there. Here's a look at our forecast wind gusts, and they'll generally stay light overnight, picking up tomorrow morning, particularly in the Columbia Basin and toward the east slopes, also down on the Palouse. Windy tomorrow in Pullman. Through the day tomorrow, staying fairly breezy, and then things will finally calm down tomorrow night, heading into a really nice Wednesday. 55, sunny, less windy. Thursday and Friday, temperatures in the 50s with a few more clouds. Friday night, we have a system system coming in for a rainy Saturday. And right now it looks like we may have some snow mixing in off and on Sunday and Monday as temperatures continue to drop and our overnight lows go below freezing. And this may be a trend. I will be back with a very chilly 8 to 14 day outlook in just a few minutes, Aaron.
Thank you, Chris. A new study by researchers at the University of Michigan and Johns Hopkins show that up to a third of adults with chronic pain resorted to cannabis for pain control. Did it help? More than half of those people reported that cannabis helped them reduce their reliance on pain medications, including opiates, although there were a few, less than 1%, who reported it led them to use more medications. The survey was completed in states with active medical cannabis programs, and it has limitations, but it indicates that for some in chronic pain looking to reduce pain medications, the grass could be a green alternative. Well, new on Nightside this month, the Fed raised interest rates for a 9th consecutive time, and that means higher borrowing costs for you.
So what are some ways to position your hard-earned money to get the most out of these soaring rates and protect yourself from higher costs? First, experts say to start aggressively paying off your credit card debt.
Got credit card debt, it's going to cost you more. It's going to cost you more now and in the near future.
It's going to put a lot of financial pressure on an increasing number of households going forward.
So if you're looking to buy a home or refinance, higher interest rates could mean banks will make borrowing requirements more strict. Experts say get to work on locking the lowest fixed rate now.
Got emergency money parked somewhere making less than 1%. You might think about buying an I-bond.
Experts say it's good news for savers. Bankrate suggests putting your savings in online high-yield savings accounts. Some are now offering rates as high as 5%.
With the price of just about everything going up, people are finding a new way to get the things they need.
Search Facebook and you'll likely find groups like Buy Nothing Spokane County, an online community where people help each other out by sharing and giving away the things they no longer need. Buy Nothing communities are hyper-local. In some areas, there may be free items posted on Nextdoor or Facebook Marketplace. In other areas, the Buy Nothing app may be the best venue for these exchanges. In Philadelphia, officials say there's no immediate threat to the city's water supply after 3 chemicals leaked into the Delaware River. But some people living there are still concerned. The city had initially told people to use bottled water, and as you can see from these shelves, many people took that warning seriously, leaving the shelves nearly bare.
No, it's not the sort of thing you want to mess around with, especially because we're in South Philly. We're not that far from the river. I don't need more poison than I already get living in America, you know.
The Coast Guard said in a statement last night that it's collected 60,000 gallons of contaminated water, and there's been no reports of any wildlife affected by the spill. City officials say there's enough safe tap water until at least midnight tonight, and the risk of possible contamination decreases as time passes.
Homes, cars, and lives ripped away in an instant as a tornado tore through Mississippi. That's next on Nightside.
Later tonight on Nightline, picking up the pieces after massive and deadly tornado strikes deep in the Mississippi Delta. The lives lost and the stories of survival. Plus, Swifties in court. Taylor Swift's fans sue Ticketmaster.
Stream 4 News now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
You expect more from local news. 4 News Now delivers.
It's to get you the information you need to plan your day.
Breaking news this morning and breaking news you need to keep your family safe.
On Good Morning Northwest, that's what we mean when we say expect more.
Home is where you hang your hat, snuggle up, hide out. Home is when you're with the ones you love. It isn't just a place, it's a state of mind. At Idaho Central Credit Union, our home is Idaho. We grew up here, and we're proud to help more Idahoans with their home loan than any other financial institution. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe home is where you make it.
One day, I will rock that swimsuit.
Your one day is closer than you think. From fresh meals to one-on-one coaching, Jenny Craig is Weight Loss Made Simple.
Your one day starts today.
ABC's World News Tonight and 4 News Now.
The team you trust here at home,
across the nation and the world.
When you need information fast.
The crash closed I-90.
When the local story is national news. Those 4 college students murdered in Idaho.
When national stories hit home.
We asked Spokane Police if it has a similar task force.
Watch ABC World News Tonight at 5:30.
And 4 News Now at 6 with Kirsten O'Connor and Aaron Luna. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
That was funny. Yeah. That's a sick bike.
Boys.
Miss Sanderson?
See you Monday.
No way.
4 News Now is brought to you by Northern Quest Resort and Casino.
Thanks for staying up with Nightside. The long process of cleaning up after the destruction from the weekend storms that killed at least 25 in Mississippi is underway.
Recovery will likely take years.
And I can't find anything at all.
This man, Erwin Macon, says everything he had was taken in an instant, including his home, when the tornado tore through this trailer park.
A lot of people are in a whole lot worse shape than I am. You know, losing everything, one thing, but being injured, some loss of life.
One couple was killed when the tornado picked up a semi-truck that slammed into their home.
I know that they're in heaven right now. And I was told that they passed away in each other's arms.
The director of FEMA says right now the greatest issue is housing everyone whose home was lost or damaged.
Terrible, terrible scenes from Mississippi. Here are 4 things to know about our weather. It is going to be dry overnight, a sunny but breezy Tuesday with highs in the mid-50s, then a cool and wet weekend. Now our high today, 47, 52 is our average high. We are going to be above average for about the next 3 days and then slip below as we get into the end of the week and the weekend. And that trend looks like it is going to continue in your April 4th through April 10th forecast. We are in the dark blue over much of the northwestern United States and down into California as well, and that indicating a very strong signal of colder weather. Not as clear the precipitation, but right now it looks like most of the west and even into the central part of the country is going to be dealing with above average precipitation during that time. Well, here is a sign of spring as we talk about below average temperatures. Annette Archuleta sent this beautiful shot of her spring crocus out blooming their hearts out, purple and looking beautiful there from Annette. Thank you so much. I was hoping for a tulip photo from Aaron, but the deer got to the tulips. I'm sure many of you can relate to that. Tulips do love, or deer do love the tulips. Not vice versa though, Aaron.
So frustrating. So frustrating. Thank you for bringing that up. I'm teasing. Thank you, Chris. Well, new on Nightside.
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem, it's me.
Well, Taylor Swift fans are ready to see Ticketmaster face the music in federal court, answering a lawsuit over allegations of fraud, price fixing, and antitrust violations. That's after many fans couldn't get tickets to Swift's Eras tour without paying scalpers inflated prices. The plaintiffs argue Ticketmaster has a monopoly that allows it to charge high fees and take advantage of fans.
It's not fair what we had to go through to get our tickets. I still haven't been able to get tickets. I had $500 saved, and that should have been enough to buy me floor seats for what Taylor wanted to sell her tickets for. But unfortunately, Live Nation stopped that. And so it's wrong. We need to end the merger.
Ticketmaster says it's sorry for what happened with the Swift concert tickets. It's pledging to improve future sales, and so is the artist herself. Some members of Congress appear to be keeping an eye on the Swifties fight, too, even calling in the Live Nation president for a hearing.
With TikTok under scrutiny in the U.S. as a national security threat, could there be a nationwide ban of TikTok? Washington could wield economic powers against TikTok's core business interests, but any ban, either presidential or congressional, could be challenged in court over First Amendment issues, particularly efforts to restrict Americans' access to its content. Additionally, it would be hard to completely block U.S. users from accessing the app if its operations moved overseas.
Well, new on Nightside, President Joe Biden is banning U.S. government agencies from using spyware operationally. The executive order targets tools deemed a threat to national security or implicated in human rights abuses. The human rights concern is that governments could use hacking to suppress opposition voices. The executive order does not ban the FBI and other agencies from using spyware for testing purposes.
Well, fewer Americans are working from home after the pandemic kept them to living in their living rooms, basements, or bedrooms. The Labor Department reports nearly 73% of businesses say their employees teleworked rarely or not at all last year. That's up from just over 60% in 2021. Employers have recently been pushing harder to get staff on site more often as recession worries trigger more emphasis on worker productivity. Well, this advertisement for the Army features actor Jonathan Majors, but now that commercial is being pulled as Majors is arrested for domestic violence. That's coming up on Nightside.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Heritage Funeral and Cremation.
University of Utah senior Lauren McCluskey repeatedly asked for help.
It was like getting hit by a baseball bat.
You have a powerful institution.
And you have the audacity to try to cover your ass.
Friday night.
A lot of troubling information was never public until now.
Never before seen surveillance video, exclusive interviews.
I'm sorry I couldn't protect their daughter.
The stunning investigation.
Could Lauren's life have been saved?
Friday at 9/8 Central on ABC.
For a limited time only, get a new John Deere 1023E compact utility tractor with a 120E loader for only $199 per month. Take advantage of this exclusive offer for low monthly payments on top-of-the-line equipment that gets the job done, backed by our consistent quality customer service. Hurry in to your local Pape Machinery, Ag, and Turf store today to cash in on these limited-time offers and get your property ready for the spring ahead. Pape keeps you moving.
This is it. The RV sales event of the year is happening now at Click It RV in Spokane. During the I Want to Getaway sales event, get a trip to Vegas on us. Choose from the best brands, Coachman, Winnebago, Thor, and more. Payments just $175 per month. 0 down, 0 payments until June, and $4,000 over JD Power for your trade-in. Don't let these deals get away. 6 days only. March 23rd through the 28th. The I Want to Getaway event at Click It RV in Spokane. Hurry in today.
Transitions works to end poverty and homelessness for women and children in Spokane.
Transitions moves lives forward by providing real change through programs like housing, job training, and safe spaces of welcome, respect, and community.
New America Credit Union is honored to partner with organizations like Transitions as they work to enhance lives, fulfill dreams, and build communities.
Check out more organizations that make our community stronger at numericacu.com.
Let's talk about March Madness. The men's Final Four was set this morning, featuring 3 teams that have never made it this far: Miami, Florida Atlantic, and San Diego State. The Yukon Huskies beat Gonzaga 82-54 in the Elite Eight, sending them to their 6th Final Four since 1999.
Again, always been a flamethrower.
Well, it's the first time since seeding began that no team seeded better than number 4 made the Final Four.
When you look into your future, do you see a life full of obstacles or possibilities?
Well, if you've been watching March Madness, you've probably seen this advertisement for the Army featuring actor Jonathan Majors. It is now being pulled following Majors' arrest for domestic violence. Majors, best known for his roles in Creed 3 and Ant-Man and the Wasp, is accused of attacking his girlfriend in a New York cab. Police say Majors called 911 Saturday morning to report his concern about his girlfriend, but when officers arrived, the 30-year-old woman claimed Majors slapped her and put his hand on her neck, allegedly causing minor injuries.
The Blues Festival is back at the Coeur d'Alene Resort this weekend. A few legends and soul singers will be taking us back to favorites from the past. The 13th annual 3-day-long music festival kicks off on Friday afternoon with live music in the lobby of Whispers Lounge. The Blues Cruise will set sail across the lake Friday evening, followed by Friday Night Live. That means live music through the night, at least till midnight. There will be a rooftop blues party on Saturday and a 5-band festival that night. Live music will continue through midnight. Then you can wrap up the weekend of music and fun with a gospel blues brunch at Dockside on Sunday morning. Local and national artists will be performing through the weekend.
Maria Mulder and the Blood Brothers, definitely nationally recognized, and then some local artists, Diego Romero, the Voodoo Church, and Whack-A-Mole, who we just heard from earlier, and Sarah Brown Band.
Me and my wife and some of our friends, little rock, little funk, little country, a little bit of everything.
The tickets are limited for the Friday Night Blues Cruise, and they're telling us they're getting close on that one. You can buy tickets for the entire weekend or specific events at cdaresort.com.
Well, if the clouds clear this week, you may want to take a look at the early night sky. Many of the planets will all be lining up near the moon. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker gave us some details earlier about viewing this planet alignment in the inland northwest. It is, of course, different depending on where you live. Venus will be one of the brightest things in the sky, and Mars will be near the moon with a reddish glow.
What's better than all 3 American Idol judges live on GMA? Well, how about Ryan, too? Good morning, America! The Idol judges and Ryan live. Plus, shark Barbara Corcoran answers your real estate questions. And Brooke Shields live this week on GMA.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. The account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
Aren't you tired of being tired? Shop Denver Mattress today. Get all the Z's you need.
And during the Super 7-Day Sell-Off, save big on the Doctor's Choice Firm. Now just $664.99. Check out the Summit Firm for only $332.49. Or save $300 on Tempur-Breeze and Luxe Adapt mattresses and get a $300 gift. Plus 4 years no interest and free shipping.
Say goodbye to tossing and turning and hello to a better night's sleep. Only at Denver Mattress.
Look at this baseball field and this one. How about this one? Which one is next for a 4 News Now Extreme Team Diamonds and Dreams makeover? How about yours? Go to KXLY.com and tell us why your field deserves a makeover. Diamonds and Dreams brought to you by your hometown Chevy dealers and Horizon Credit Union.
Did you hear? We've expanded the Caesars Sportsbook at Spokane Tribe Casino, and now we're the largest sportsbook in the area. Come in to enjoy even more seating, a brand new buddy bar where you can play and win right at the bar. And we have the largest betting options in the state. Now, watching, wagering, and cheering on your team to victory is better than ever. Stop in and check out the all-new expanded Caesars Sportsbook, only at Spokane Tribe Casino. You just win here.
Weeknights on MeTV. Watch the A-Team at 6, MASH at 7, and Andy Griffith at 8.
You can find MeTV on broadcast channels KXLY 4.2, Comcast 114, and Spectrum 9, 17, and 181. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
We are slowly climbing closer to spring 50s. That's going to feel great for the next 3 days.
So
Get
warm.
some sunshine, yes. And then the rain returns for the weekend and may have some snow mixing in. So we're going to take a step back, but enjoy the next few days.
Keeping it interesting in the 7-day forecast.
Some people are already putting their windows up and letting the breeze come in. because it's in the 50s. Some people, as in my sister-in-law. So I really liked what you said earlier, Chris, about breezy and sneezy. Yes. I need her to know that because she's going to have pollen all over her house.
Yeah.
If she opens up those windows tomorrow. Okay, this is really a cute way to end. If you have a spring break vacation planned for Washington, D.C., you might get to see these sweet little baby cubs with their mama bear.
Oh.
This is at the Smithsonian's National Zoo. And the bear cubs were born in November, but they just made their first public appearance. They're ready for their close-up. For the last few months, people were only able to see Mama Bear and the cubs through a live webcam, but now you can see them in their outdoor enclosure playing, rolling around. They look like toddlers.
Yes, you should know. Does that look familiar?
Looks just like Gwenny and her cousins.